Hello, everyone. This is Phoenix Tremaine. I'm here with my second review. As luck would have it, movie number two. There's going to be, I got to say this before I get started. Um, I have a lot of complaints. I have a lot of complaints, but I love Jackee. I do want this series to become a regular series. I want them to have a chance to come back and do this again. If the powers that be ever actually see any of my reviews on As Luck Would Have It, I hope they feel it's constructive criticism. It's just my opinion, and that if they value some of the things I'm saying, maybe in the next batch of movies, we'll see something different. It may be better. But I do recommend these movies. I do want you to watch them and see for yourself whether or not this is something that you enjoy. Uh, I really want the viewership up so that I really do want to see these movies return. So once again, I'm not telling you to not watch it. It is still on my Hulu, DVR. So if they do have more movies, I will be watching them. I will be critiquing them, and hopefully I won't have the same complaints. So if you haven't done so, please take a minute to subscribe, hit that like button. And I just want to give you my honest opinion on the movie. I remember when I was a writer for a newspaper, and there was a movie that I wrote a bad review on, and my editor came to me and she was like, we can't print this. And I was like, why not? She was like, they took out a full page ad in the paper, and I'm either going to have somebody else write this review, or you're going to have to rewrite it and actually said you like this movie. And I was like, well, you can get somebody else to write it. Because if people value my opinion as a reviewer, then they go ahead and watch the movie and thinks, see these issues too, or think it sucks too. I'm not saying this particular movie sucks, but the movie I watched, not only did it suck, it flopped. It flopped big time. So if I had given my review and changed it like my editor wanted, then I've been having this glowing review on this movie that would turn out to be flopped and people like it anyway. So with all that said, uh, as much as I love Jackee, I want to give it a glowing review, but just like I did back then, I just want to, tell you how I feel. Y'all most of the time agree with me. So let's go. Jackee plays Gabby Luck. Mia Wilkerson plays Lisa Luck, her daughter. Doug Rogers plays her daughter's police partner, Rick Anderson. And Tom Arnold basically makes a guest appearance as Captain Taylor. He usually gets like two scenes per movie. Um, so this is what I wrote. So movie number two caught me off guard because my complaint about the first movie was that there wasn't enough Jackee starring in it because I only watched because of Jackee. I'm a fan. And in movie number two and three, the same thing happened. Jackee is once again a side character that gives advice with a small subplot on whether or not she will get back with her cheating ex-husband. The third movie, that wasn't the subplot. I'm gonna do a completely separate review of the third movie. This one, also watched this movie. I realized that her character is sitting down a lot. And that is the same thing that happened on Days of Our Lives because Jackee had knee surgery. So that's probably the reason why we don't have her like Allison Sweeney does in her Lifetime movies, where she's like the main person solving all the murders. So Jackee, because of her knee surgery, she probably did the best she could, like Mariah Carey said, I'm gonna do the best that I can with what I got. If you ever saw that drunk when Mariah Carey was drunk at the club and she was, well, whatever. Back to the review, but once I remembered she had knee surgery, I said, okay, um, watch it with a different lens. knowing that she's powering through after having had surgery. And in the third movie, I'll talk about it again because I actually counted, how many times like Jackee actually stood up, or looked like she was about to get up off the couch or out the chair, and then they cut the scene, or she takes like one step. So yeah, the knee surgery definitely affected how much she could do. Although I would have threw her in a wheelchair like Ironside, that old TV show, and had her rolling around the set in a wheelchair. Said she was in a car accident or something, and then I would have had her rolling down, tracking down these murderers and whatnot. But anyway, that's me. I'm a producer, director, etc. And that's would have been my fix for her knee surgery. But this is what we got. In a bigger surprise, her daughter Lisa is also put on the sidelines along with her mother. Since her father is the main suspect, she can't work the case. There also is a point in the movie where a new female detective doesn't see her and says, "Oh, she's late. I guess she doesn't have much to do since she's not on the case." This is something that always annoys me in cop shows where detectives in major cities only work one case at a time, as if there's only one case for them to work in a whole city, or one case that the detectives work. Look, I used to be a firefighter. We had to work alongside the police all the time. And trust me, major city, cops get lots of cases. So while Lisa couldn't work that particular case, I'm sure there was plenty of work for for her to do. Um, but they just had her sitting around, not really doing nothing. They also added a new character that does the exact same thing Lisa did in the first movie, except she's white. She's an abrasive female cop with a chip on her shoulder and parental issues. So basically, the writer decided, well, we can't use Lisa because her father's a suspect. So I'll just write a character that's exactly like Lisa and just continue the stories per normal. The only difference is this new character did not have any sort of relationship or crush on Rick. Also, the show continued to try and force a romance of Lisa and Rick. Once again, Lisa's character is abrasive and is pushing him away. When in a Tyler Perry type twist, he starts dating a pretty girl and she gets in her feelings about it. I love Tyler Perry, but we do know that in his movies, especially, he creates, let's just call them abrasive black female characters that are just mean to the love interest and push him away and push him away and push him away because she's got all this baggage. And then she meets typically, and I'm light skinned, so I'm not saying it's like a bad thing, but there's usually the dark. Like I said, I love Tyler Perry, but people pointed out, and now I can't unsee it, that usually the dark skinned character is the bad boyfriend archetype, and the light skinned character is the good archetype. And usually she pushes the light skinned one away until finally at the very end of the movie, he's ready just to leave her or move on or leave the city or whatever. And then she realizes, oh, he's the right one for me, and goes chasing after him, and they live happily ever after. So we kind of got some of those dynamics in here. I'm getting way off track. This is supposed to be a short review. So let me get back to what I wrote down for this review. However, to me, the story shows the opposite reaction to people working in the workplace. They are already dealing with a lot of unnecessary drama at work. So, what happens when they have real relationship drama and they still have to work together, which means life will be screwed at home and at work? So far, the two characters have not had any romantic moments, just people trying to push them together. I'll talk more about this in the third movie for the third movie review. There has not been any scenes that show these characters have any kind of spark or passion. It's more like kids at school where they pass notes as their friends say they like somebody and their friends try to make it happen. Lisa is written like the girl in school that likes you, but instead of saying she likes you, she either makes fun of you or she hits you and then wonders why you aren't asking her out on a date. Yeah, been there, done that. I've been in that situation when I was a teenager, and these people supposed to be grown adults, police detectives, still acting like little teeny popper kids. And that was annoying to watch. And it happens in the third movie too. But like I said, I'll get to that in the third movie review. Um, Rick was made unlikable as well. He starts dating a girl he's clearly having relations with based on the first scene, and he's just using her. He ignores her and he treats her like a rebound when the woman he's pining for, he's never actually dated. So in this movie, well, let me continue my review before I go into another tangent. As far as okay, I'm moving on to the murder mystery in the review. So I just want to say this. I've done it before. I have made the mistake of doing something with a coworker, after a whole bunch of flirting, you know, we did what we did. And then it was like, oh, yeah, I shouldn't have done that. And we still had to work together, and that was uncomfortable. So, there's a saying, don't, let's say, take a dump where you eat, meaning, don't do things at the workplace that could screw up your job. You know what I'm saying? And Rick in this second movie seems very, very toxic. All I saw was red flags. That if this had happened in real life, the way he was just angry because she wasn't returning his affections, that was toxic, masculinity traits that should not be in a romantic lead interest because it shows down the road they're going to be in an abusive relationship. But anyway, they're just characters. But that's my 2 cents. So back to my review. As far as the murder mystery goes, unlike the movie, there were less suspects, which was an improvement because the first movie, there were so many suspects that didn't have anything to do with it, that there were a lot of screen time just dismissing suspects. This time, there were less suspects, but very little screen time with the person who actually did it. I think the person actually did only gets like 2 scenes in the whole movie, if I remember correctly. I think they may have had, I put in my review, 2 scenes in the whole movie. So the whodunit aspects of the show still needs work. I will say in the third movie, the mystery is a little better. It's written a little better. But anyway, but still, I'm going to hang in there, complaints or not. I still recommend this series. If you like Lifetime or Hallmark type mysteries, Jackee is the main reason to watch. When she's on screen, she still brings the magic, and I hope that this series learns from his mistakes and gets better with time. I will say the third movie probably was the best movie of the three, and Jackee actually was integral in solving the mystery in the third movie. But like I said, that's another review. But that third movie should have been other two movies should have been like that third movie. But that's it for now. Let me know in the comment sections what you thought about As Luck Would Have It. Once again, I do hope you give the movie a try, then rewatch my review, and then see if you had the same complaints. Or did you just love it and you think I'm just like, uh, I'm being too hard on a movie? Because it is a Lifetime movie. So it's not like, you know what I mean. I'm not going to go into details, but you know what I mean. It's a Lifetime movie. So, but I love Allison Sweeney's Lifetime movies. I love Tony Braxton's Lifetime movies. So I know these movies can be really, really good. And I think that if Jackee wasn't hurt, we probably would be getting the movie I'd want to see, which is really her in the thick of things. She did a better job in that third movie being in the thick of things, even helped solving it, like really being there solving it. But spoiler alert, she sits down through most of the movie except for 2 scenes. And I'll talk about that in the third movie. But she did have knee surgery. So, that's that. Let me know what you think later.